What if you don't need a goal to do what you need to do in your business to go where you need to go? Let's talk about what a goal is good at, what it's not good at, and get you ready for the rest of the year because this is the beginning of the second half of 2018. Let's make it an awesome 2018 and get where you want to go. Welcome to Explore Your Enthusiasm. I am Tara Swiger. This is episode 215, and welcome to the second half of 2018. This is the perfect time to look at the goals you set in January and be real with yourself. Are you close to reaching them? Have you done any work at all to reach them? If not, that's okay. It's time to look at what have you been working on the last 6 months and what have you learned from your business? Have you made progress? If not, why? What do you need in order to make progress on those goals? It's a great time to look at all that. And it reminds me of a conversation I had not that long ago with a Starship captain. So we're going to talk about what to do after you set a goal, and we're going to talk about some advanced level stuff. So you guys might not be here yet if you're just getting started, and I'll talk about how to know if you're here. But the fact is you might not need a goal at all if you've been doing this for a while. So a few weeks ago, a Starship captain said, I can't really think of a goal. I feel like my business is going in the right direction if I just keep doing the work that I know how to do. Like I'm doing the work I know how to do and I'm doing it consistently and it's going in the right direction. I don't really need a goal to get me there. And I was like, yes, that is what it is all about. We were in a text chat, so of course I was only able to send the little hands up yes emoji. But yes, that is what it all is all about. Now, that might seem counterintuitive because I teach and I talk about goals all the time, but the fact of the matter is you don't have to have a goal to keep going if you're already going and you know you're going the right direction. So a goal is not the point. Our point in life is not to set goals and reach goals. A goal is just a tool to help you get where you want to go. The point is to get where you want to go. Whatever tools help you get there, that's awesome. So a goal should inspire you to kickstart work you haven't done before, or to get more consistent with the work you know you should be doing. It should also clarify the direction you want to go in, so all your actions can line up with what you actually want. This is a big one. It's really easy if you don't have a goal and you're just like working each day, especially in the beginning of your business, to do a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't get you where you want to go. A goal should also make it obvious what you need to do and what you need to commit to make it happen. So a goal lets you know, oh, if I want to get there, I need to do these things, right? If I am looking to increase my sales, then I need to do things that increase my sales and not worry about other stuff. If I want to increase my audience, I need to do things that increase my audience and not worry about the other stuff. And obviously your goal is going to change. That's why I talk about doing it every quarter. So one quarter, maybe you're focused on growing an audience. The next quarter, you're focused on selling to that audience and making the selling process easier and better and more obvious. But that goal is going to tell you what to work on. And it's going to help you commit to getting where you want to go, to doing the things you want to do. Now, this is why just as often, not reaching a goal is as productive as reaching the goal, because you can learn from a goal that you don't reach. Maybe you learned that your timeline or your expectations were completely wrong. You were not going to get to that goal in that timeline. You just didn't know how long things took. Maybe you learned that you don't actually want the goal that you thought you wanted. Maybe you learned that you need a different goal or a different business model, or you need to work on totally different projects. Often not reaching a goal is going to teach you as much as reaching it. Sometimes if you reach a goal too easy, you don't even learn anything in the process. So the goal of a goal is to bring you that clarity to help you learn the lessons of your business. Now, I wrote a whole book about, and I lead people through the process of map making, which is setting a goal and breaking it down into a plan that you can follow day by day, because I found that having a goal and creating a plan and working the plan is the fastest way to learn lessons in your business. It is so much more effective than just kind of trial and error, randomly jumping around, creating experiments to go this direction, then this direction, then this direction. Sometimes sometimes you need that, but if you are creating a goal and you're making a plan and you're working on that plan, you're going to learn a lot of lessons along the way. So that is why I talk about this so much, because it's the fastest way to learn from your business. Because setting a goal and making a plan makes you get specific about what you need to do. Like, what are the exact steps? What are the exact things you care about? It helps you organize your time so that you can actually do the stuff on your list. Like, the first thing that happens for most people when they make their first map is they deal with a question: how am I going to do the stuff my business normally takes for me to do and work on this new goal? And the answer is, you got to plan your time a little better. You got to have both normal business time and working on the goal time. And that causes you to maybe organize and systematize some things you haven't done before, because that's the next thing. It helps you create systems so you can be consistent in all aspects of your business: making, marketing, photography, shipping, etc. Having that goal helps you systematize some stuff either to get to that goal or just the other stuff you're doing in your business that isn't directly related. It also helps you try stuff that you might otherwise not try. You might put it off. If you didn't have this goal that you were really excited about, you might not do the stuff you're doing to get there. Now, for many of the makers and artists and essential oil educators that I work with, setting a goal and breaking it down into a doable plan is the first time that they've gotten serious about their business. It's the first time they got clear about what they wanted and they committed to doing the steps to take them there. It's the first time they really looked at what they want to get out of this and what they're willing to do and what they're not willing to do. So without a goal, it's easy to just keep reading articles, researching, wondering why people aren't buying, and then going back and reading some more articles or listening to more podcasts. But with a goal, you have to take action. Or you realize when you look at that goal, I didn't take any action towards reaching it. It makes it that much clearer what you are and aren't doing in your business. And here's where it gets to the point where you might not need a goal. I said all the reasons why you need one, all the reasons why it'll help you. But if you've been doing this for a while, after the goal gets you taking action, getting organized, creating systems for getting things done, you don't always need a goal to keep going. In fact, the system itself can keep you reaching your next goals. What I've seen a lot of is that the goal helps you put in place a system for consistency, for marketing, for profitability, for figuring out your prices, for applying to craft shows. The goal gets a system in place, and then the system just is a system, and it works, and you know what to do each day. And as long as you continue to do that, your business grows and expands and new opportunities come your way. Now, that might not happen with one goal. That might happen after a year of quarterly goals, or 2 or 3 years, or maybe the first year of goals you realized weren't the right direction, so you totally change direction. That's okay. Sometimes it happens right away for businesses. Sometimes people's brain just works in a way where they immediately, they start their business, they have in mind what they want, they create the systems, and goals just aren't really how they work. That's okay if that's you too. But if you are wanting to get somewhere in your business and you feel like you're not getting there yet, try setting a goal and then letting that goal create systems. And then once you'll see after a while, the systems itself are helping run your business. The system itself can help you reach your next sales goal, your next audience goal, your next opportunity goal. And actually, this is not my idea. In his book, How to Fail at Anything and Still Win Big, Scott Adams, who's a creator of Dilbert, I said some crazy political stuff lately, but his book, How to Fail at Anything and Still Win Big, has a lot of really good information in it. And one of the things he writes about is that systems are better than goals. Systems of action applied over time are going to bring better results than setting a goal, feeling bad about not reaching it, stopping. Setting a different random goal, getting halfway there, stopping, right? When you don't reach a goal, you feel bummed. But when you're in the middle of working a system, every day that you do the work, you can feel great and accomplished. So his argument is that you don't need goals. You need to identify where you want to go, which is what I call a goal. And then you need to create a system that's going to get you there. So, what's an example of a system? You might be like, great, a system of action. What even is that? So a system is like posting on Instagram consistently daily is a system. My podcast with its transcript and free downloads and blog posts and YouTube videos and audio version on iTunes, all of that is my podcast. That is all a system. That is literally a checklist that we go down that gets everything done. I don't have a goal to pad out a weekly podcast. I have a system that gets it done consistently. Now, my argument with Scott's explanation is that I actually do have a goal to put out a weekly podcast, but the system is what makes it happen. Just having the goal isn't enough. I had to create a system to make it happen. And I created that system because first I had the intention, first I had the idea, and I got excited. I think that Scott's method of like, just decide where you want to go and create a system to get there leaves out the major issue in accomplishing anything, and that's activation energy. Activation energy, it's the energy it takes to start something, to get something off the ground. Activation energy is the biggest amount of energy you have to put into a project. It is, if you share doTERRA, it is holding your first 4 to 6 classes and helping people learn about the oils. If you sell yarn, it is applying to the first craft shows. It is getting your Etsy shop open with pictures in it and 50 products in it. That is activation energy. Many of us are in activation energy place in our business. For some, that lasts a month or two. For others, because either the pace that they go at or because they get distracted or just because they're doing a really, really big business, like a big scale of business, that can take like a year or two, that activation energy. And the thing about that activation energy, what I found of working with hundreds of women in creating businesses that they truly want, is that what will help you get over that activation energy is a big, exciting, motivating goal. Having that goal can help you expend the energy that you need to expend because it's keeping you inspired and exciting. And a system is just not that inspiring. But if you just create goals and go after them without doing the work in between of creating the system that's going to make it all easier, you're going to find yourself exhausted. You're going to find yourself in that activation energy place for a lot longer. The quicker you can use your goals to create systems for getting the stuff done, the easier it's going to be to keep maintaining it and to grow steadily. So after you're over the activation energy or while you're in the middle of getting everything set up, a system is what you need in order to keep moving forward. A system about when you work, what you work on, how things get done, checklists for everything in your business, checklists for what happens when you put out a pattern, checklists for what happens when you list a new product, checklists for what are the things you do daily, weekly, and monthly. Checklists. Those are the answers. So today, what I want you to do is I want you to look at where you want to go in your business, and I want you to look at your goals for the rest of the year and ask yourself, where would a system make this easier? Where am I not creating systems that would actually make all of this easier? So I actually made a worksheet about identifying this last year in my episode about consistency. So it was episode 113. I am going to put that worksheet here in this episode. If you go to taraswiger.com/podcast 215, if you scroll down, you'll see there's a sign-up sheet to get that consistency worksheet emailed to you. That worksheet is going to help you identify what are the areas in your business that would be easier if you had a system for staying consistent with them. So fill out that worksheet. That's going to help you identify where you need to get consistent and what to think about. And in it, I also ask you to make a commitment to staying consistent. Sometimes your goal is like to hit a milestone, like so many dollars in sales or so many sales or so many craft shows or wholesale accounts. Sometimes your goal can be just to become consistent with something. So that worksheet will help you identify where you need systems, where you need consistency. You can find it again at taraswiger.com/podcast 215. If you just scroll down, there's a form, you fill in the form, that worksheet will be sent to you. You'll also find links to everything I talked about, including the book, over at taraswiger.com/podcast 215. I would love to hear the systems you're working on and the goals you're working on. Share it with me on Instagram with the hashtag Explore Your Enthusiasm. Post your Instagram with the hashtag Explore Your Enthusiasm. I will come by and see and cheer you on. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a beautiful, goal-achieving, enthusiastic 2018.